You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. At Ashin's Ramen. It was just nice in the afternoon when Jack arrived. It was past lunchtime, and there were not many people at the noodle restaurant. Now that students were on winter vacation, business was not as good as before. However, this boss still insisted on opening his shop and didn't close it until New Year's Eve. Upon seeing Jack, the boss welcomed him warmly. "Mr. Dawson, long time no see." "Yeah, I haven't been here in a while." Jack walked in, took off his deerskin gloves, and sat in the corner. "Where's your wife?" The shop owner knew that Mr. and Mrs. Dawson were inseparable. They would come together almost every time. They each ate a bowl of hot beef ramen. "My wife went on a trip." "Haha, she must have gone overseas. I haven't seen her in a long time." "Yeah, she's been abroad for a long time. After Chloe was swapped at Yunnan, she hadn't been back for a long time." Jack told the shop owner that his wife had gone on a long trip, which was a way to comfort himself. "Still the same? A big bowl of beef ramen?" "No, I want 2 bowls." "Can you finish 2 bowls?" The shop owner was slightly stunned. "I can. I'll have a bowl on my wife's behalf," Jack said. After hearing this, the shop owner laughed heartily. "You two are such an interesting couple. Back when you were dating, when you were still students, you often came together. Later on, when you went abroad to study, your wife often came by herself. Following that, when you came back, both of you got married, and then the 2 of you would come together again. Later on, it seemed like you weren't feeling well, so you went abroad to recuperate for about 3 to 4 years. It was your wife who came by herself, sometimes bringing your twin daughters with her. After you got better and came back to the country, you guys came together again. Now, your wife is traveling, and you're alone again. That's right. We're husband and wife who are inseparable. We'll be together forever." Jack smiled blissfully. It was a smile that only appeared when Chloe was mentioned. "Let me tell you, when you were recuperating abroad, every time your wife came, she would order 2 bowls and say that she would eat one for you. Did you two come to an agreement about that?" The shop owner's words filled Jack with mixed feelings. His hands trembled slightly. "My wife, did she say the same?" "Yeah, it's just like what you said. All right, I won't talk to you anymore. I'll cook you some noodles quickly. Eat it while it's hot." The owner was a warm-hearted person. After chatting with Jack for a while, he quickly went into the kitchen to cook noodles. Jack looked at the familiar environment and the familiar school. Only that familiar voice was missing. Just then, Pudding Video called him. Jack didn't want to take the call. He didn't want his children to see him missing Chloe. However, he was afraid that Pudding would think too much. After all, she was a sensitive child. So after some thought, he picked it up. "Pudding." "Daddy?" Pudding called out sweetly. "Are you eating ramen at Ashin?" Pudding immediately recognized the background behind her father. "Yes." "Are you missing Mommy?" Pudding was almost sure that the one at home wasn't Mommy. Otherwise, if Mommy was around, Daddy would never go to Ashin's Ramen alone to eat. "Mm-hmm," Jack nodded. "My little sister misses home a little tonight. She missed you and Mommy, and was a little moody at night. Auntie and Uncle Max had gone to coax her and read her a story." "What about you?" "I took the opportunity to video call Daddy from the balcony." Jack laughed. "Daddy, the scenery in California is great. You and Mommy used to come here, right?" "Yes, she also likes Hotel California," Jack said. "Then, when Mommy gives birth to a younger brother, the 5 of us shall come to California again, okay?" "Yeah, our family of 5 will still travel to California." This was Jack's promise to Pudding. "Daddy, when can we go back? It's almost New Year. I talked to Grandpa on the phone today. He was saying, 'Why don't you go to America to celebrate New Year? Our family is there. If you bring Mommy with you, everyone can be together.' Daddy is still busy. We'll see how it goes." "All right, then you must take care of yourself." "I will. Have fun with your sister." "Okay, bye, Daddy." "Bye." After hanging up, Jack lowered his head and ate 2 bowls of beef ramen himself. Actually, his appetite was not very good recently, and he ate very little. He usually took a simple bite, But today, perhaps because he knew that Granny could help him, she could help him find his Chloe, so he felt much better and his appetite improved. In the end, Jack finished both bowls of beef ramen. Satisfied, Jack drove to the Municipal Public Security Bureau. There were two of their friends at the Municipal Public Security Bureau, Noah and Victoria. Jack asked them to meet at the office in the Municipal Public Security Bureau. Recently, Kenneth was on a break and would go to the Municipal Public Security Bureau with his mother whenever he was free. When Victoria saw Jack, she teased her son, "Hey, Kenneth, look, isn't that your father-in-law?" Kenneth smiled shyly, but did not retort. Then, with a change from his usual cold attitude, he ran over to greet Jack warmly. "Hello, Uncle Dawson." "Kenneth is here too." Jack lovingly rubbed the boy's head. "Why are you here?" Victoria was surprised. Jack didn't seem like someone who had nothing to do, so he naturally wouldn't go to the Municipal Public Security Bureau for no reason. "I have something important to tell you and Noah." "Good. Then let's go find him. Kenneth, wait for Mommy in my office. I have something to discuss with Uncle Dawson." "Okay." Kenneth listened to his mother obediently and returned to his mother's office. Jack and Victoria arrived at Noah's office. At this moment, Noah was being reprimanded by his superior. His hands that were holding onto the phone were trembling. Yes, I understand. I will do my best to get it done. Don't worry. I will try my best to get it done before the new year. I will not embarrass our city." Noah hung up the phone and rolled his eyes. He only knows how to command people when he's in an office. If you're so good, why don't you do it? I'm always at the front line. If serial killers were so easy to catch, wouldn't the streets be filled with heroes? Why? Were you reprimanded again? Why are you here? Noah finally noticed them. He glanced at Jack and Victoria. "I have something important to announce," Jack said. "Are you divorcing Chloe?" Noah guessed. "Screw you," Jack sweated. Victoria laughed. "As far as I know, even if the earth explodes, Jack won't divorce Chloe. You're obviously asking for a beating." "Then why are you so serious?" Noah was curious. "Let me show you a video." Jack took out his phone and showed Noah and Victoria the video that he and Riker had deciphered. After watching it, both of them were dumbfounded. Victoria didn't know what to say. What the hell is this? It's too terrifyingly fast. This is the psycho killer that your bureau has been looking for. A psychopathic killer? Who is it? Noah didn't get a good look at the killer because the image was too fast. Therefore, Jack slowly replayed it again. Then, Noah and Victoria screamed at the same time. Wasn't this Chloe? Jack was a straightforward person, so he told Noah and Victoria everything, from the Yunnan trip. After hearing this, Noah and Victoria felt like their brain capacities weren't enough. My head hurts. I can't even come to terms with it. Can you not tell me everything in one go? This is too much information, Noah complained. Victoria, on the other hand, was much calmer. She carefully pondered over Jack's words and thought about what had happened. Then, she slapped her forehead and said, "That makes sense. I was wondering why Chloe has been acting so weird lately. She hasn't been friendly to me and Sarah, and her taste has changed a lot. The other day, when she came to my office, she was so resistant to hypnosis. So, it turns out that she's no longer Chloe." "Yeah, she's a psycho killer now," Jack nodded. "What the F? This woman. I have to arrest her immediately and give the victim's family as well as our supervisor an explanation. I've been going crazy because of her. Do you know how many people have died here recently? I don't even dare to report it to the higher-ups. I'm afraid that if I report it, I'll be taken down. Our higher-ups, the director, mayor, and governor, would all be finished." Noah had never seen so many people die in such a short time. The Municipal Public Security Bureau didn't dare to make a scene in order to prevent the public from panicking. Now that he had heard that the murderer was a woman, Noah felt as if there were 10,000 alpacas running inside him. "You can't catch her," Jack said. "Why? I don't believe it would be difficult if I send 100 special forces to catch her." Noah was obviously unconvinced. Victoria glanced at him and explained helplessly, "Director Ace, didn't you hear what Jack just said? This woman isn't human. She has special powers. Didn't you see how fast she was in the video? Not to mention 100 people, even if you had 500 people, you might not be able to catch her. What are you saying? If that's the case, there's nothing we can do. We can only wait to be slaughtered by that monster. Noah was filled with resentment towards this female murderer. Of course not. I've already gained control over her temporarily, and she can't harm anyone during this period of time. That would be great. You can leave her to me. I need to bring her back to report. I can't hand her to you. Jack glanced at Noah. Jack, you're not going against me, are you? This woman has harmed so many people. Shouldn't she be sentenced to death? Noah was a little agitated upon hearing that Jack refused to hand her over. She's the only one who can lead us to Chloe, and she's just a small fry. She has a big boss behind her. After hearing what Jack said, the two fell silent again. This woman was crazy enough to kill people, but Jack still said that she was a small fry. If that was the case, how powerful would the mastermind be? It was unimaginable. At this point, Jack stopped being secretive. Feeling that the time was right, he began to talk about Chloe's mother, Lynn. On the other hand, Justin felt much more relaxed recently. It had been a few days since he last contacted Chloe. In his office, he turned on his phone and found Chloe's Snap. He saw her Snap friend circle and realized that there were no updates. He sent her a message. Chloe, are you there? He waited for a long time, but there was no reply. At that moment, Anne ran in a panic. President Cooper, bad news. What's wrong? Justin looked at Anne nervously. If Anne said that there was bad news, something big must have happened. After all, he wasn't the type to panic. Miss Melody fainted on set. Where is she? Justin immediately stood up when he heard that Melody had fainted. She was in the studio on the 5th floor and was supposed to shoot a few magazine covers today. They had just received an internal call saying that she had fainted. Where is she now? She has been sent to the first hospital and is still undergoing emergency treatment. We don't know what happened yet. I'm going to take a look. Justin couldn't stay still anymore and immediately rushed downstairs and went to the first hospital with Anne. Melody's fainting shocked everyone at Imperial Star. After all, she is considered a popular female celebrity now. She was also known by many media outlets as the most promising female celebrity in the recent history of Imperial Star. When Justin arrived at the hospital, the doctor just came out of the emergency room. How did it go? President Cooper, Miss Melody is fine. She just fainted because of a huge blow. We've given her some fluids. If there's no issue, she'll wake up soon. All right, I'll go in and take a look. Justin was wearing a beige sweater with a large Medusa head on his chest. It was indeed his beloved fan Sis. He was also wearing a pair of dark-colored jeans. He really didn't look like the CEO of a listed company. When Justin walked in, Melody was already awake. Her eyes stared straight at the ceiling, with tears streaming silently down her face. Justin quietly walked over and took out a tissue to wipe Melody's tears. Melody's eyes moved. She only reacted when she saw Justin. President Cooper, she sobbed. What's wrong? What happened? Justin tried his best to make his voice as gentle as possible. He didn't diss her like he usually did. Hang is dead. Then, Melody started crying again. The exquisite makeup that she had put on during the photo shoot was all smudged from crying. Her black eyeliner was smudged and she looked very pathetic. Hang? Oh, I remember now. Isn't that the boy that Rory likes? Wasn't he hospitalized? Justin vaguely remembered that a while ago, Melody had been asking him for money so that this person could see a doctor. He's dead. I just received news that he died at Southside Hospital. He's in critical condition? So... No, he was hacked to death. It was because he saved me, or else he wouldn't be like this. Melody's words were intermittent as she cried until she was out of breath. Justin didn't quite understand. He just kept pulling out tissues to wipe Melody's tears. Don't cry first. Tell me slowly. I'm here. Justin didn't feel good seeing the little girl cry like this. He was used to seeing her being as carefree as a fighting cock. Seeing her so sad all of a sudden, he really could not describe how he felt. There's a local gang leader named Wiz. He kidnapped me in the middle of the night 2 nights ago and tried to force into me. When Hang's men saw this, they told Hang immediately. He didn't care about his serious illness and brought his men to Wiz's house to save me. He even kidnapped Wiz's wife and child, but he didn't hurt them. After Wiz released me, he ordered his men to release the mother and son. He thought that this matter would be over. However, when I was filming, I received a phone call. It said that at midnight today, Wiz's men rushed into the hospital with masks on their faces and hacked Hang. After the doctors found out, they resuscitated him for a while. It was only until just now that they called me and said he was gone. Melody finally finished her story in tears. Justin fell silent upon hearing this. He wasn't familiar with Hang, but it was almost New Year, and he was hacked to death in the hospital. It was really tragic. Upon hearing this, Justin's expression changed drastically. "They're so arrogant. How dare they go to the hospital and chop someone up? This is ridiculous." Melody was very emotional. She had just been caught up in the sadness after knowing about Hang's critical condition. She had planned to visit him at the hospital that day and chat with him. However, he had suddenly left the world. She could not accept this situation. As she cried, Melody grabbed Justin's hand. "Justin, I'm begging you, take revenge for Hang. You have to take revenge for Hang and kill that BS." Melody's heart was already filled with hatred. She just didn't understand why there were such cruel people in the world. "I understand. Leave it to me." Justin patted Melody's back and comforted her. As they were talking, the door was pushed open. Justin and Melody suddenly turned around. When they saw who it was, they were slightly stunned. "Rory, why are you back?" Justin was surprised to see Rory. Rory was wearing a casual outfit and a long black down jacket. She was a classic masterpiece of luxury brands. She was wearing white snowshoes and a black wool cap. She had an exquisite face. "I just came from the south side and helped Brother Hang settle some matters." Rory seemed to be very calm. Compared to Melody's wailing, she was especially calm. "Rory, when did you come back?" Melody wiped her tears and slowly got up. "I just got here this morning." "You learned everything?" Melody looked at Rory with red eyes. "Yes, I know. Melody, you've done enough for Brother Hang. He'll understand." Rory walked over, took off her gloves, and held Melody's hand. "Rory, I'm sorry. I didn't protect him well. I really didn't expect that. And Wiz indeed hurt him because of me." Melody cried even harder. She actually felt very guilty in her heart. She had always felt that if she hadn't been caught by that old thing Wiz, and Hang had not gone to save her and captured Wiz's wife and son, he wouldn't have been targeted by Wiz for revenge. She thought that Rory would blame her. However, that was not the case. Rory was usually unreasonable and domineering, but when it came to the real situation, she was very sensible and good at looking at the big picture. She sat down quietly beside Melody and said, "Melody, let me put it this way. If it wasn't for this incident, Brother Hang wouldn't have lived for long anyway. You should know that his doctor had already given him the notification. He just left a little earlier. However, if he had continued to be in a deadlock with his illness, he would only have suffered. It's good that he left. I hope that he can be reincarnated and find a good family." "Rory, Melody sobbed. "You're too tired. Lie down and rest first. I want to talk to my uncle. I want to buy a grave for Brother Hang in the North Mountain and bury him." "Okay." Melody nodded, seeing that Rory wanted to speak with Justin. Then, she lay back down on the bed and continued to receive the IV drip silently. Justin and Rory walked out of the ward and went to a quiet corner along the corridor. "Uncle, do you have a cigarette?" "Yes." Justin took out a box from his pocket. It had a beautiful blue package. Rory took one out and put it in her mouth. "You didn't ask me to come out to talk about the grave, did you?" Justin looked at Rory. "You really know me well." Rory smiled, but it was an eerie smile. "Rory, what do you want to do about this?" Justin knew that Rory had always liked the boy with the name Hang. "What else can we do?" Rory took a puff of her cigarette. Then, she coughed a few times and said, "Cough, cough, cough. Kill them all, and let them be buried with my brother Hang." Rory said such a sentence with strong, murderous intent so casually. Justin, on the other hand, was a little anxious. He knew that this girl was capable of anything. "Rory, it's the end of the year. The security around is tight, and many people have died here recently. I'll think of a way to find evidence and get the police to arrest Wiz and the people who did it. Don't worry, I won't let any of them off." Unexpectedly, Rory glanced at Justin and smirked. That old man is so old, so what if he goes to jail? Even if he gets shot 100 times, it won't be able to exchange for Brother Hang's life. Justin noticed that Rory's eyes were red when she said this. Yes, it was unusual for her to be so quiet. "Rory, don't do anything rash. The higher-ups are very guarded now. As descendants of high-ranking officials, we can't defame our own family." "Defame? No, there won't be such a thing. I won't involve the family at all. Uncle, don't interfere in this matter. Leave it to me." "Rory." Justin still wanted to persuade her, but Rory threw the cigarette butt on the ground, stomped on it, and walked out of the hospital. Justin shook his head helplessly. That night, no one in Wiz's villa survived. 18 of his subordinates died, and Wiz died an even more horrible death. At the same time, his wife and son who were kept by him died mysteriously. In the end, the police only thought that it was a gang seeking revenge. After all, there were no clues. Only Justin and Melody knew that Rory had offered a huge reward of $15 million on the dark web. That night, 2 Vietnamese killers accepted the job and entered the country to kill the people. Their methods were straightforward and did not leave any traces. Melody had been sick for 3 days. On the 4th day, she was supported by her manager to attend Hang's funeral with Rory. On the day she returned, Melody's eyes were red from crying. She told Hang's close friends, "Brother Hang is no longer around. In the future, if you have any difficulties, you can contact me directly." "Thank you, Miss Melody, but we are planning to go overseas." "Go abroad?" We are going to find a job as seamen. We'll follow the cruise ship out to sea and travel to many countries. The pay and treatment are pretty good. After Brother Hang passed away, the rest of us couldn't sleep all day. We miss him too much. If this continues, we won't be able to take it, so we want to leave this place temporarily." "That sounds good. Anyway, call me if you need anything." "Okay." That night, Rory took a plane and returned to the military unit. Then, she became very quiet and did not call or send any messages. Melody knew that she was upset, but she couldn't express it. In order to take care of Melody, Justin gave her a week off to adjust her emotions. After he was done, Justin remembered that he had something important to do. He drove straight to South Hill Manor. However, he realized that Jack was alone at home. He sat alone in the living room eating dinner. Even though the table was filled with delicacies, he did not feel any happiness. "Why are you eating alone?" "I'm the only one left," Jack said. "Where's Chloe? By the way, I came here today to ask you where Chloe went. She didn't reply to my messages or pick up my calls." Justin sat next to Jack, feeling anxious. He could sense that something had happened to the couple. "Eat some food with me." Jack handed Justin a pair of chopsticks but didn't answer his question. "Are you guys really getting a divorce? What's wrong? Can you tell me the truth today?" Justin wasn't in the mood to eat. He was worried sick about Jack. "Eat first," Jack repeated. Justin thought to himself, F. In the end, Justin had no choice but to pick up his chopsticks and eat. Jack pointed at the crab with his chopsticks. "Do you know what Chloe's favorite food is?" "Yeah, the whole world knows that she likes seafood, especially crabs." Justin smiled. He remembered how cute Chloe used to be, sitting there and eating crabs every time he asked her out for dinner. "But she doesn't like it anymore. Do you know why?" Jack tilted his head and looked at Justin with a calm expression. "Because her taste has changed. I think this incident might have hurt her a lot, so she's too stressed out to eat anymore, right?" Justin never thought that it was unusual for Chloe to suddenly stop eating seafood. Instead, he came up with an explanation for her. "No, it's because she's not Chloe." Jack said something that contained so much information without warning. Justin almost went crazy hearing that. He almost spat out his tea. "What did you just say?" Justin asked again with uncertainty. "I won't repeat myself." Jack gave him a proud look. Justin wasn't deaf, so there was no way he didn't hear him. Jack was too lazy to repeat again. Is that true?" Justin was shocked. "When have I ever lied?" Jack glared at him. "But how How is that possible? Justin still felt that this was a little too ridiculous. Then, Jack told Justin the main content of the events logically. Jack's words made sense, and Justin indeed felt like Chloe was acting weirdly ever since she came back from Yunnan. It turned out that it was a raccoon disguised as the crown prince. Justin stared at Jack in shock. Jack, so you're saying that Chloe has been replaced since the Yunnan explosion? That's right, Jack nodded. Layla didn't die after such a huge explosion? Justin was indignant. After all, Andrew used his life to exchange for the bomb, which was made by Chloe herself. Many people present were blown to pieces. Andrew was the closest to Layla and was blown to ashes. However, Layla was fine and even started to pretend to be Chloe. So, Layla looks exactly identical to Chloe? Justin felt a chill run down his spine again. In Yunnan, he was the only one who didn't know what Layla looked like. Chloe and Andrew both knew and had seen her before. The truth was, Justin had seen her before, but he treated it as a dream about Chloe. Now that he thought about it, it might not have been a dream. Only now did he realize that Layla looked exactly like Chloe. How slow-witted was he? Yes, Jack confirmed. Damn, I can't take it anymore. There's too much information. Justin put down his chopsticks and stood up, looking confused. Then, he suddenly thought of a very important question. Layla didn't die in the explosion, so her identity is an American agent? She's a super-evolved high-level clone, Jack replied. Stop fooling around, Jack. Do you think we're playing Resident Evil? Justin thought that Jack was joking. However, Jack never joked with people other than Chloe. Layla is indeed a super-evolved high-level clone. She has many special abilities that are beyond ordinary people. Speed is one of them. She can become as fast as light, Jack continued. What Jack said was beyond Justin's imagination. After all, he was in the Special Forces. He couldn't believe what Jack had said, especially since he was an atheist. He had always believed in science. However, Layla was indeed a product of the genetics of human advancement. On the foundation of Chloe's genes, she had an addition of too many physical strengthening elements. Back then, Lynn had indeed missed her daughter. However, after coming up with such a monster, she was enlightened and started to create cloning armies. Now, she had already created an underground kingdom in the underwater palace. Furthermore, it was a super-secretive place that even the best detectors from various countries could not detect. Lynn was indeed a genius. So was Professor Wagner. So was Chloe, and so was Fiona, who had a quarter of Lynn's genes. The entire family was as fast as a ray of light. Are you sure you're not bragging? See for yourself. Jack took out the video and placed his phone in front of Justin. It was the part that Jack and Riker had unraveled at the secluded mansion. After Justin watched it, his understanding of the world had changed. Even our company's special effects can't be this amazing. This woman is a monster. She's a monster, Jack agreed. Here comes the most crucial question. Where is Chloe? Only then did Justin realize how serious the situation was. A fake psychopath, Chloe, had lived here for so long. She had committed all sorts of crimes and messed up all her family and friends. What about the real Chloe? Where did that high-end, elegant, calm, and intelligent little girl go? She's at the faction headquarters where Layla was from. Layla has a powerful backer? Justin finally understood. Of course, Layla is just a small fry. The influence behind her is the real schemer. Is that Legend? Justin had heard a lot about Legend. It's someone that not even 100 Legend can compare to. Wouldn't that be the end of the world? Even Legend is so hard to deal with, let alone someone this powerful. What should we do? I should go home and talk to Grandpa, see if he can deploy a few Special Forces soldiers and get some heavy weapons. Justin panicked. Don't alarm Grandpa Cooper. Ordinary people would only die if they go, even the Special Forces. Justin, this time, I want to save Chloe with you. Of course, Chloe is my friend. I have to save her. Justin patted his chest and promised. It was clear that he would save Chloe no matter what difficulties he faced. Jack and Justin agreed on this point. I have a way to find Chloe's location, but I have a feeling that the master behind them is watching me, so I don't dare to act recklessly. But you're different. If you book a plane with vacation as your purpose, no one would suspect anything. So, after I find the location, you can go and confirm it." "That's a good idea. I like it," Justin agreed. "But Justin, you have to remember, once you find the place, you can't act rashly. You have to observe the surrounding environment and geographical location. Once you get some accurate information, report it to me. Then, I'll think of a way to save her in time. In other words, before I go, you can't alert them. You can't deal with them alone," Jack reminded him again. "No problem, we can have that. But what about that psychopath? I think we should kill her now to vent our anger." Justin was referring to Layla. Jack looked up at Justin. "You think I don't want to?" Justin was speechless. "If I can kill her, I don't even need you to remind me." Justin finally caught the main point in Jack's words. He couldn't kill her? No way. You mean that psycho can't be killed? Of course. How many people has she killed already? She's acting like a tyrant in this city. If I didn't know that she had such a powerful background, do you think I would have put her under house arrest and not let her await trial in prison? You put her under house arrest? Yeah. So she obediently let you put her under house arrest? That doesn't make sense. Justin was dumbfounded. She didn't let me put her under house arrest. The video you saw just now was taken while she was under house arrest, when she went out to kill, or in her words, hunt for food. Justin thought to himself, hunting for food. If it weren't for her special identity, I would have handed her over to Noah and his department. Do you think I want to leave a ticking time bomb alone like this? Then it's almost like she's not locked up now. No, now that I have a helper, she won't dare to act rashly. Justin didn't ask further about the helper Jack mentioned. He knew that with Jack's personality, he would definitely say what he needed to say. Then, Jack briefly explained Chloe's background to Justin so that he would know who their enemy was. As expected, Justin's values regarding the world had been refreshed again. A biological mother had attacked her own daughter. Perhaps only Lynn could do such a cruel thing in the world. Before he left, Justin lamented, "Are all the super geniuses crazy or psychos? Are they so crazy that they don't even recognize their own family?" Jack didn't answer because this wasn't absolute. Jack believed that Lynn was just an exception. He actually wanted to ask Lynn if he had had the chance to see her. Why was she so cruel to Chloe? Jack felt uneasy every day that Chloe wasn't back. Although his conversation with Justin was at South Hill Manor, Jack had blocked it with a high-precision device. He knew that if these words were leaked out, not only him, but Justin's life would also be in danger. After Justin found out the truth, he felt extremely complicated. When he returned to his private mansion, he saw Anne cooking. It was rare for Anne to cook, so Justin was quite surprised. "What occasion is it? Mr. Anne, you're actually cooking personally?" "President Cooper, don't make fun of me. Haven't I cooked enough for you over the years?" "How long has it been since you last cooked? What happened today?" Justin was confused. "Because today is our anniversary," Anne said innocently. Justin was speechless. "Ha, I was just joking. Boss, can you not look at me with that murderous gaze? Did you buy all this food?" He looked at the supermarket packaging on the floor. There was also a lot of food, fruits, snacks, videos, beer, and beverages. It was as if they were preparing New Year's goods. However, looking at the detailed purchase, it didn't seem like Anne's absent-minded character. "I'm not that capable. Madam came today." "My mother?" "Yes. She saw that you weren't around and left after putting down the things. She even told me to tell you to spend more time with Miss Melody when you're free. Miss Melody hasn't been feeling well recently, and she keeps going to the hospital." Justin didn't respond to Anne. Instead, he took out a can of beer from the bag. Then, he opened the can and took a big sip. As he thought about what Jack told him today, he felt like he was in a dream. "Oh, right, President Cooper. I saw a media post on Weibo about Miss Melody." "What post?" Justin collapsed on the sofa with a beer in hand, looking exhausted. It was circulated on the internet that the hang fellow who died a few days ago was Miss Melody's boyfriend. Justin was speechless. They also provided logical evidence. They showed the receipt of Miss Melody paying for his medical bills at the hospital. They also showed photos of Miss Melody visiting the hospital several times. Most crucially, they even took photos of Miss Melody attending the funeral, Anne said. Justin was speechless. Most importantly, Miss Melody's condition hasn't been very good recently. She's been dealt a huge blow, and she looks very haggard. So, rumors are going around on the internet. Miss Melody and Mr. Hang have been a couple for many years. Then, in order to become famous, Miss Melody abandoned her boyfriend. Her boyfriend refused to give up on her and sold his kidney so that he would have the money to help his girlfriend become famous. That's nonsense, Justin was furious. Yes, I know best how Miss Melody became famous, so I'm really frustrated too. Those people are obviously trying to defame Miss Melody, but the netizens don't know the truth. Most of the netizens do not have a firm stance. All of their views and stances were led by the media. That article was so instigating that it made Miss Melody seem like an ungrateful person. Now that Mr. Hang is dead and there's no one around, even if we wanted to clarify things, we couldn't find anyone. If this continues, it won't be good for Miss Melody. And wasn't someone who liked to read gossip. When he saw this article, it was also because there were too many reposts. Melody had even become a trending topic a few times for no reason, and the hot topics were ungrateful Melody, Melody's boyfriend Mr. Hang, Melody attending funeral. These negative content. Find out which media company did this. Justin crushed the empty beer can. How dare they bully an artist from his company? They must be tired of living. I found it. It's Fay Media. Fay Media? Justin frowned. And knew, and so did Justin. Fay Media was a small media company owned by Kira. It was more like a team than a company. It was equivalent to the size of a studio. Those people were responsible for protecting Kira's character profile, official Weibo, and social media platforms. They would also write some editorials to hype up her popularity. In any case, when the company was first set up, Justin had even given them red packets. But now, she was shooting her own people down? This made Justin a little unhappy. Seeing that Justin didn't say anything, Anne carefully said, "President Cooper?" "Yeah?" "Do you think Miss Kira is jealous and thinks that Miss Melody has something going on with you? That's why?" "It doesn't seem like it. All these years, she has never done anything despicable or shameless. She has never done anything to other competitors. She probably wouldn't do anything to Melody." But it came from Fay Media. This article is going viral on Weibo. The numbers of reposts and readings are high. If this continues, Miss Melody's image will collapse. "I'll ask her later." Justin lowered his head, not knowing what he was thinking. They had just finished speaking when the doorbell rang, and was a little puzzled. "Could it be that Madam is here again to have dinner with you?" Anne opened the door and was stunned. It was Melody. She looked haggard and her hair was loose. She was wearing a black leather jacket, black leggings, and carrying a black LV suitcase. "Miss Melody, you—" Anne was confused. "And is President Cooper here?" Yes, and hurriedly invited Melody in. Justin was surprised to see Melody. "Why are you here? Didn't I give you a break?" Justin got up, feeling a little worried. He thought that Melody was affected by the negative news. "President Cooper, I'm here to bid you farewell." Melody's voice was very hoarse. It could be seen that she had not been living well these few days. "Farewell? Where to?" Justin was confused. It wasn't even New Year yet. Why was she going home so early? Or was she going on a trip? Home. Home. It's not New Year yet. "I want to go back and spend more time with my parents." "All right. Why don't I book you a flight and a hotel so you can take your parents on a trip? Both Maldives and Bali are great. Get some fresh air." Justin knew that Melody blamed herself for Hang's death and couldn't get over it. "No need. I just want to go home and stay there quietly." "Sure. When are you leaving? I'll get Anne to send you to the airport." "I'll be going to the airport in just a while." "So soon?" Justin was stunned again. With this girl's temper, no one could stop her. "President Cooper, there's something else I want to talk to you about." "Okay." Every time Melody said something so seriously like that, Justin felt a little strange. He was still used to the days when he would diss and bicker with her, and pricked up his ears as well. Based on his years of experience, he guessed that Melody was going to confess to Justin. She probably wanted an answer or something. The truth was, Justin was also very nervous. He was afraid that Melody would confess to him or something, which would be awkward. However, this time, Justin and Anne were both wrong. Melody only said a sentence calmly. She said, "President Cooper, I'm a little tired. I want to rest." "Okay, no problem. Didn't I give you a vacation?" Justin didn't quite understand. "I mean, I'm tired. I don't want to be a celebrity anymore." "What does that mean?" Justin had a bad feeling. "President Cooper, I'm sorry. I'm so useless. I don't think I can take it anymore." "Miss Melody." Anne took the hint and wanted to dissuade her. However, he was interrupted by Melody. "I was the one who thought of making my debut back then. You've always helped me and spared no effort to support me no matter what others said. So I'm really grateful to you for what I've achieved today." "Don't say such meaningless words. Get to the point." Justin could tell that something was wrong. He looked at Melody and said slowly, "President Cooper, I want to leave the industry." "What? Miss Melody, are you crazy? Do you know what kind of status you have now? Do you know what the experts in the entertainment industry are saying about you? They say that you are the most promising artiste of all these years since Imperial Star started our company, and also the most talented actress with commercial value and acting talent." Anne was agitated as well. A few days ago, when he was helping Justin get the documents, he accidentally flipped through them. Only then did he realize that many internationally renowned brands were already looking to hire Melody as their brand ambassadors. There were cosmetics, clothing, jewelry, luxury watches. This was a glory that many celebrities could not achieve even after working hard their whole lives. Melody had only been here for half a year. Now, with just a simple sentence from her, she wanted to leave the industry, and felt that she was so stupid that she didn't even want money. "I know. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry, President Cooper. I don't need the salary that's deposited with the company anymore. I've been troubling you a lot lately. I don't need the car either. I don't want anything that belongs to the company, but I can't return the money you lent me because it has already been used to treat Hang." Justin didn't say anything. He only sighed and looked at her. Melody continued, "If you want to sue me for breach of contract, that's fine too. But you know, I don't have much money. Even if you win the lawsuit, I won't be able to pay you back. But if you don't want to accept it, I can go to jail for a few years. After all, I did it to myself." Melody bit her lip. She had learned dancing for many years and had been an artist for more than half a year. She did not understand the law in this area well. That was why she said such unprofessional words. Upon hearing this, Justin even felt like hitting her. "Tell me, have you said enough?" "Yes. In your heart, am I that kind of person to sue you and send you to jail if I don't get any money? Am I that trashy?" Justin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "No. All right, you should stop talking nonsense. I'll take it that you're being impulsive. If you want to go home, fine. Go back and have a good rest. Come back whenever you want. Who knows? You might get bored and think things through at home after the new year." "I've thought about it for a long time. I'm not being impulsive. Justin, listen to me." Melody put down her luggage and looked at Justin with a complicated expression. She couldn't describe how she felt. There was guilt, self-reproach, grievance, and even sadness. "President Cooper, in the past, I didn't really like being a celebrity. I told you before that I wanted to make quick money in this industry so that my parents could have a better life. But my thoughts were too naive. After all, I have too little experience in the industry, so I couldn't see the dark side. I've been in the company for so long, and I've been safe and sound all this time because you secretly took care of me. Otherwise, those directors, producers, investors, they wouldn't have let me off so easily. I know all that. Miss Melody, you know how much President Cooper has sacrificed to support you, and you still want to give up so easily?" And looked disappointed. "I know all of that, and I'm grateful. I also thought that I would continue like this, until Brother Hang left. Really, if I wasn't a celebrity and wasn't targeted by that scumbag, things wouldn't have happened. You guys might say that even if Brother Hang hadn't saved me, he would have died from illness. But I want to say that those are two different things. Although dying from illness is also death, It's also something that can't be helped. However, Brother Hang was hacked by a knife just in the hospital. He doesn't have parents anymore. Now, even his departure from the world is so tragic. I can't take it. You guys aren't involved, and you'll never know how much I actually had to bear myself. President Cooper, I'm really tired. I think I finally understand. I, Melody, am just a young person. An ordinary person. How can I pretend to be a celebrity? Maybe I am only suited to be an ordinary person for life. After speaking, tears flowed down Melody's face as she looked at Justin. At that moment, Justin's emotions became even more complicated. He understood Melody's words. To be honest, his heart ached for this young lady. President Cooper, and couldn't understand Melody's stubbornness. Even Justin, the super tycoon, had to spend a lot of money to make a newcomer famous. But the amount of money didn't matter. Justin never lacked money. However, Justin had put a lot of effort into forming connections and gaining resources. Although Justin didn't like Melody and had never accepted her confession, Justin was sincere in helping her, whether it was because of her good character or because of Chloe. In short, Justin had done more for Melody than she had ever seen herself. But now, the little girl suddenly said that she wanted to quit the industry. This made Anne very upset. He felt that everything his boss had done before had gone down the drain. Justin reached out his hand when Anne was about to speak, and immediately swallowed his words. Justin walked over and looked at Melody. Although I can't empathize with what you're thinking, I do understand you. I really do. I respect your decision. I won't ask you to compensate me or sue you. I'll get the company to settle your remuneration tomorrow. As I said before, you're welcome to come back anytime you want. President Cooper, Melody's eyes were red. Being in the entertainment industry has always been a lot of pressure. I know that Hang's death changed your mentality quite a bit. These accidents are inevitable. Rory has already taken revenge for him, so you should get out of this trauma as soon as possible. Okay, I'll get Anne to send you to the airport. President Cooper, can you take me there? Melody took the initiative to ask Justin to send her. Justin froze for a second before nodding. Sure. Do you want to leave now or take a break and drink something? Will you make it? Justin looked at his watch. No, let's go now. Okay. Justin nodded and put on his jacket. President Cooper, drive slowly. It's snowing today and the roads are slippery, Anne said worriedly. Yeah, if you're hungry at home, cook yourself something to eat. Justin then grabbed Melody's luggage. He helped her carry it in a manly manner, and the two of them went out one after another, and sighed emotionally. After the two of them had walked away, Anne was still grumbling in the living room. Miss Melody is still a child. She's too stubborn. President Cooper supported her using hundreds of millions. I thought that Imperial Star would flourish because of Melody for the next 5 years, but it's a pity. This girl is really... Anne shook his head. Justin probably didn't want to be so high profile and be photographed by the media again. Therefore, he drove his Phaeton, the car he hardly drove, out of the garage. Phaeton was really the lowest profile luxury car. This was because from the outside, it looked like Sagittar, Magotan, and Passat cars that were commonly found on the streets. However, the interior was extremely luxurious, and this car was given to Justin by someone years ago. In Justin's own words, he wasn't crazy. How could he spend millions on a car like this? However, he did not expect to use it today. After they got into the car, Justin thought that Melody would be sitting in the passenger seat. But she didn't. She opened the back door and sat in the back seat. In this way, she was able to distance herself from Justin. Justin still didn't say anything. After they got in the car, the two drove out of the neighborhood. Justin's place wasn't far from the highway to the airport, so they quickly got on the highway. There was another 5 minutes of silence. Melody couldn't hold it in anymore and spoke up. President Cooper, if I leave this time and never come back, will you miss me? With both hands on the steering wheel, Justin stared straight ahead. After about 10 seconds, he answered. He smiled. It's okay. It's not too far away. When I miss you, I can go to Kyoto to look for you. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. Justin, I don't want to come back anymore. There's nothing here that I care about. Justin felt a little awkward. He wanted to say something to comfort her, but he didn't know what to say. Melody lowered her head and clasped her hands together. It could be seen that she was feeling very complicated. She seemed to be having a mental struggle. Perhaps Justin thought that if this went on, it would only make things awkward, so he played a song. It was a really random song. He had never driven this car before, so he didn't know what songs were inside. Previously, only his friend had borrowed it a few times, so he had randomly chosen one. It turned out to be an old song, Jonathan's Infatuation. Vintage music and Jonathan's hoarse voice came from the speakers. In such a dark night, there was actually a sense of time travel. I once really thought that life was just like this. A calm heart rejecting another crash of wave. Cutting the love strings 1,000 times, but they never broke. After many twists and turns, they surround me. Some ask me what's so good about you. After all these years, I still can't forget you. Even the beautiful spring breeze cannot be compared to your smile. Those who have never seen you will not understand. It's fine even if it's my infatuation, or our past lives' fated destiny. Justin was particularly moved by this song. There was once a time when he was singing with a few rich second-generation airs, and one of them sang this song. When Justin heard the lyrics, he thought the song was meant for him. Wasn't Chloe like that in his heart? He had indeed been infatuated with Chloe for years. Melody seemed to know what Justin was thinking. She slowly said, "President Cooper, when you fell in love with Sister Chloe, didn't you feel amazing and wonderful?" Justin didn't avoid her question and just smiled. It was fun thinking about it now. Chloe was only a doctor at Southside, and I was hospitalized with a fracture. Melody continued, "People say that the person who is loved is very blessed, but that's not the case. The person who is in love is also very happy, because there are many people in this world who have never met someone that they love so much. So, it's your good fortune to have met Sister Chloe." "Yeah, Chloe has always been my good fortune." "Melody, do you know that I actually envy you for being able to protect Sister Chloe for the rest of your life? I once even thought about protecting you for the rest of my life, just like how you protected Sister Chloe." Melody said such straightforward words calmly. Justin was stunned. His heart seemed to be beating faster. Then, he heard Melody say, "Later on, I realized how much I overestimated myself. Haha. You have the ability to protect Sister Chloe. You're powerful. You can stand up for Sister Chloe at any time and do everything you can to help her. As for me, aside from saying, 'I like you, Justin, and I want to protect you for the rest of my life,' I'm completely useless. I have no money, no background, no good father. I don't have a huge network of connections. Even Brother Hang's revenge was taken by Rory. So, Justin, what right do I have to say that I love you and want to protect you?" Melody sat in the back seat with tears streaming down her face. Justin didn't dare to look at her in the rearview mirror. From her voice, he could tell that she was crying miserably. Melody. Justin rarely called her that intimately because he was afraid that she would misunderstand. But now, Melody was crying so miserably. No matter how stone-hearted Justin was, he couldn't stand it anymore. He wanted to say something to comfort this tearful little girl. However, Melody didn't give Justin a chance. "Justin, don't say anything. Listen to me." "Okay, go ahead." Justin turned the volume down as he drove. Melody took a tissue, wiped her tears, and continued. "In the past, I always thought that female artists like Imperial Star were vulgar. They could like anyone, but why would they like Justin? He's just a rich guy and a high-class kid. He likes to show off and act cool. Later on, I realized that I'm as shallow as they are. I also fell in love with you, who likes to show off. Of course, people who don't know you always only see the surface. Only after I really interacted with you would I know how good you are. In the beginning, I was quite impulsive and wanted to see if I could succeed in my confession. Although the chances of success were as ridiculous as winning a lottery, I still wanted to try. After that, I didn't say anything. I just knew that I couldn't say it anymore. When I saw how you did everything for Chloe, and whatever she did for you, I suddenly felt like I didn't deserve it. I don't deserve to like someone like you. It has nothing to do with our family background or money. It's just that you're so great. If there was no President Dawson before you, Sister Chloe would definitely have accepted your love pursuit. Unfortunately, there are no ifs in life. Justin smiled bitterly. He no longer hoped for a response from Chloe. He only wanted her to be safe for the rest of her life. It was not to say that he was a magnanimous person, but he sincerely hoped that she could live peacefully in his line of sight. Being good friends for life was also a very blissful thing. Yeah, there are no ifs in life. If I hadn't come to this city, if I hadn't known Rory and Brother Hang, things wouldn't have happened. If I hadn't entered your company, I wouldn't have become a celebrity. If I hadn't gotten to know you, I wouldn't have fallen deeply in love with you. But all of this, even if it's just a memory, is precious to me. It's true, Justin, I think. I won't forget you. I'll never forget you. But I really won't step foot into this land again. You're too tired. Melody, you should rest. Melody wanted to say something, but realized that they had already arrived at the airport. She suddenly realized that her time with Justin was always so short. We're here. Justin parked his car. Okay. Melody alighted with her luggage. Justin followed, but Melody stopped him. Go back. I'll walk you through security. No need, I can walk by myself. Don't send me, please don't. She didn't like farewells, so she turned him down from escorting her inside. Seeing how persistent Melody was, Justin didn't force her. Okay then, take care. If you need anything, call me. If you think it through and want to come back, call me too. Imperial Star isn't a kindergarten, but you're welcome to join any time. Justin's half-joking remark made Melody feel a little better. She smiled, pursed her lips, and said shyly, Justin, I want to hug you. She thought Justin would reject her, but as soon as she said that, she felt a warm figure pounce on her and hug her tightly. At that moment, Melody was so touched that she wanted to cry again. It turned out that being hugged by someone she liked was such a blissful thing. Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening.